welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Roxanne, the Tiny Taster, and today's video is a little bit different. Today I'm in Satpura. Well, actually I'm not in Satpura. I'm at home filming this because when I was in Satpura, I forgot to film this introduction because I was having so much fun. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Today's video is all about my time in Satpura, my safari, and my stay with Reni Pani Jungle Lodge, which is the first time that I'm actually staying with them, and I've heard such great things. So I think this is gonna be amazing. I'm here for 2 nights and then I'm switching over to Bodhi Sanctuary, which actually connects, and I'll do another video on that and explain, and it's really lovely. But if you like safaris or if you're dabbling with the idea of going to one, I think you will enjoy this video. I hope you do. I put a link down below for other safari videos because I love being in the jungle, and I hope you'll enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, as always, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Just smash that little red button. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump right into the video, jump right into the jungle, and I hope you have a great time. So to get to Satpura, you need to take a flight to Nagpur, and then from Nagpur, it's about a 3-hour drive to the jungle and to your hotel. This is me checking into the Reni Pani Jungle Lodge, which is a beautiful space. It's lovely. It feels like you're in nature. It's nice and green and fairly untouched, and it's done up really well. These are the common areas. This is where we dine and catch a little bit of Wi-Fi. That's a great thing about this place. They don't have too much Wi-Fi or connectivity. So you really are right in the jungle. And this is my room. I'm walking in. It's beautiful. It's spacious and so comfortable. So I got in here, dumped my stuff, grabbed a quick lunch, and then headed straight for safari. It's super cold. I was not anticipating this. It's like 2 in the afternoon with the sun beating down, and I'm still freezing. So I've just changed, layered up, got all my cap, my buff, everything, and then just running out for my first safari. Fingers crossed. So Satpura is the only jungle that's actually by a river, and actually the river connects to a dam. So to get to the jungle is a little bit of an adventure. So the interesting part about Satpura is that the jungle is on the other side. So you actually come riding up here to this point, and then you get into one of the boats, which you can see behind me. So you get into those, you cross over, and then start your safari. So definitely a little bit of work before you get to the jungle for your safari, but so worth it. This is a beautiful, beautiful park, and this is a great time actually post monsoon in the winter. And straight off the bat, you get to meet some furry friends and some 4-legged creatures, and they're all beautiful. But I have to say I had some tremendous luck because within the first 20 minutes, we hit jackpot. So 20 minutes into my safari and we have hit jackpot. Happy to say that we spotted not 1 but 2 tigers. They're at a distance over there behind me. I'll put the video in, and they're just lying down and lazing. You can see it with the naked eye and you can see it through binoculars, so it's pretty cool. So we're just gonna wait here and be patient. Hopefully we'll see more, and we'll just see what the jungle decides to show us. And honestly, the jungle decided to show us some incredible things. Ended up spending most of our time over here watching these guys. This was just beautiful. What started out with just 1 tiger ended up being 4. It was a mum with her cubs. Honestly, if you ask me, I can't tell one from another because they're all quite big. But I think if you see them up close, or because we were at such a great distance, which is also why the footage is a little bit hazy. But if you go up close or they are a little bit closer to you, then yes, you definitely can see the difference. The mum is definitely bigger than the other 2, but it was beautiful and just the most incredible sightings, and it was just wonderful. I mean, everyone comes to the jungle for a tiger, hoping to see one. We just got lucky within the first 20 minutes and they decided to be more than one, and it was just magic.
So whilst we sat with these cats for a good, I want to say 1.5, almost 2 hours, don't even realize where the time flies, they actually retrieved further in, and then we tried to follow them. Of course, I'm not the only one. There were all these jeeps, and we could hear what we thought was a possible kill, but unfortunately they didn't come out. And then it was just too close to leaving time. I mean, the evening safari is not as long as the morning safari, so you have to stick to the rules. Still a beautiful jungle, and we managed to see a couple of things before leaving as well. Lots of deer, lots of spotted deer, lots of sambar deer. Always a pleasure to see them. And then just a lovely sunset on our way back to our hotel.
What a fantastic safari this was. Literally 20 minutes into the jungle, and we saw 2 tigers, well, cubs really. They're about a year and a half old. 2 of them lying down, and then we said, oh, we'll wait, and so cute. And then we ended up spending literally the entire time with them, and then they woke up and they were playing, and a third one came and a fourth one came. Fantastic. So happy. My Satpura jinx has been broken because this is the second time I'm coming to the jungle, and the first time I came I didn't see any tigers, but now they're saying that there are more tigers and you see them and they roam around. So that's pretty great. So happy. Just got back. My room is freshly done. I'm gonna quickly change, or maybe not change because it's so cold. I'm just gonna stay in this and perhaps layer up a little bit more. But we're gonna do a really nice dinner by the poolside. So that will be nice. Do an early dinner and then crash, because tomorrow morning, bright and early, well, not so bright because it'll still be dark, but 6 a.m. next safari.
So one of the fun things at Reni Pani is that they try and set up different experiences for you, even with your meals. So dinner tonight was by the poolside, by a bonfire, which was lovely and much needed because it is terribly cold. But just a lovely experience and a great meal. My gosh, the food here is fabulous, though I didn't take such great pictures because of the light, but had a lovely meal, great conversation, and then tucked in early and got ready for my safari early morning.
It's almost 6 a.m. I'm all bundled up. I've still got one more jacket to put on because it's so cold. I've even got earplugs put in. My room is nice and toasty, so I don't want to get out, but it's going to be a long morning safari. So I need to insulate myself and get ready, and fingers crossed it's a good one.
Morning safari starts around 6 a.m. even before the sun is up, and this is me completely bundled up. I think I had 3 or 4 layers on this, even a buff, and covered my ears and everything because it just gets really cold, especially in the Jeep. You know, it's an open Jeep plus the boat to get there, so it is quite something. But a beautiful morning safari, cannot complain. Managed to spot some owls, which is one of my favorite birds, so I get very excited. And then all of a sudden there was a bit of drama because we heard some alarm calls, and then we had to be really silent. We were trying to track a tiger or hopefully a sloth bear if we saw one. Satpura is known for its sloth bears. But we tried to see, you know, sometimes it's difficult. You have to pay attention to what your naturalist says or what the guide says. We were silent, but turned out to be a false alarm. And I didn't really mind actually, because whilst they were doing all this, I was just admiring the jungle. Look at that. It is just stunning. This is funny. They always show you pug marks, but this looks like a human footprint. It's actually a sloth bear mark. That's their feet. But no, unfortunately, we did not see any sloth bears. We just had some gorgeous views. The jungle was looking amazing this morning. So usually on safari, we always stop for breakfast at a designated spot. This is the first time I'm actually stopping literally in the middle of a jungle by the riverbank to find a secluded breakfast spot. Very, very cool. I cannot even begin to explain how excited I was with this. This was just magic. I've never experienced this. You're not supposed to walk in a jungle anywhere, right? Like, forget breakfast. You're not even supposed to get out unless it is a designated spot that they put for breakfast or a bathroom break and things like that. So this was wild. It's obviously a designated spot because people do this. I mean, the hotel wouldn't just take you if it was risky or unsafe. But look at this. We're on a rock. We walk up. They set up this lovely picnic like breakfast. And it's like camping. It was so beautiful. I literally have no words. And of course, the hotel went all out with breakfast, a whole load of things: rolls, sandwiches, eggs, coffee, baked yogurt, which is actually their specialty. So no complaints whatsoever. Just a magical experience and something very different. And considering I've done a fair number of safaris in different parks with different hotels, this was really, really unique. So of course, this is me trying to get the most of it, taking all my shots, trying to get really candid pictures. But this is not candid, this is a planned it. I am telling him exactly what to do and hoping I get really good pictures. But it doesn't even matter. Just this experience I will never forget. It was lovely. So I just finished breakfast at this amazing spot behind. Just look at that, they're clearing up now. We're gonna get back onto safari and hopefully see something. The morning has been a little bit slow. We've been chasing our tails, so to speak. It's been beautiful to be there and experience it. But just a few gore and deer and a couple of birds and my favorite owl and eagle. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we will see some action now as the sun comes up, because once it's a little bit hotter, I think the animals like to move more. So I've been told, so fingers crossed. So I'm not alone on this trip. I've got my friend with me, Nikhil, who is hiding behind his cup of coffee. Nikhil is an old friend and a fantastic food and travel writer as well. I'm going to leave a link down below for his Instagram. Should I put your Instagram? Yeah. Nonchalant Gourmand. No one will spell it, so I'll just put the link. How's your safari trip going?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's tranquility and a digital detox.
It
which
is.
I don't think I've experienced that in many years.
So we're feeling a little bit handicapped because we don't have any Wi-Fi at the hotel. It's just one little spot with a bit of sparse Wi-Fi and no signal over here. So
we are encouraged not to post anything.
Yeah, which is why everything is done later and not in real time. But still, it just feels a little surreal to be disconnected. So, but we're enjoying that. I'm enjoying it.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
So we'll see now, finish up with the last bit of coffee, enjoy this view one last time, soak it all in, and then back on the Jeep. Apart from this incredible breakfast experience, unfortunately, my morning safari was not as successful as my evening one. We did see a couple of birds, including my owls, and then of course more deer and things like that. But unfortunately, none of the big cats, not even a bear. So slight bit of disappointment, but the jungle really made up for it. It was just beautiful and it was a sight to see. I really think you should come to a jungle in the winter. It's just beautiful. So after safari, we're back at Reni Pani. This is a common area. This is where we're sitting. Nikhil and I are downloading our pictures and using the Wi-Fi. There's a lovely little gift shop right next door, and we ended up picking a few knickknacks and souvenirs from there. Then just got down to lunch, another fantastic meal. I regret not filming every bit of my meal because it was just this coursed menu with amazing dishes and one after another, and just ended up eating. I think I put on a couple of kgs just in these few days because I did not hold back. No diet, no nothing. I just went all out and it was lovely. This is us grabbing lunch before we get down to another evening surprise. So this hotel clearly is all about the experiences, and I love that. This ended up being a secluded sundowner. I say secluded because it was this faraway spot that we had to drive to. And then this view is just stunning. I was not expecting this. Just a really lovely, different experience, not necessarily a safari experience. This is really quite something. I'm walking across to the other side of the lake. I'll just flip it around to show you. Oh my gosh, look at that. So right over there is where my little sundowner is going to be. This is something exclusive that Reni Pani Jungle Lodge has for their guests. You could sign up for something like this, enjoy a nice quiet evening, if you're not on safari that is, and just be one with nature. I'm not usually someone who gives up my safari, but I will happily trade in my evening safari for this experience. It is lovely. It's like a high tea setup. So there's snacks, there's drinks, it's like a fully loaded bar. And unfortunately, I was not drinking, but it's a beautiful experience by this little lake. And then you watch the sunset and just, oh my God, for city slickers, this is heaven. So I am here finally at this beautiful setup. You can see right behind me. They've set this up by the lake. There's the sun in the background. Can't miss that. It's wonderful. Now this would ideally be a horseback ride. So you could ride these horses and you come out here and then enjoy this lovely sundowner with drinks and food. You could see the horses behind me over there. I don't ride. I'm deathly afraid of horses, so I don't sit on them, I don't ride. So I decided to just come in the jeep, and you could do that as well and just do the sundowner. But this is something that Reni Pani also organizes, so if you would enjoy something like this, then you should definitely do it. Wrapped up another great evening, and this unfortunately was my last day, so we headed back for dinner. And then I'm very grateful that this was indoor in their dining area under a lovely bonfire again. Ended up chatting with everyone. It's always great. You meet such fun people in the jungle and have great conversations and more great food before turning in. And then the next day we headed out to the next jungle. This is day 3, and sadly my trip to Reni Pani and Satpura comes to an end. I've had 2 beautiful days here. 2 fantastic safaris. One was super successful. The other one didn't see too much, but it was still lovely and had the most amazing breakfast experience. So really enjoyed this. I'm gonna end this video over here because now I'm gonna pack everything and head over to Bori and do this lovely boat transfer, which I think I'll do in another video. It will get too long to do both in this, but I hope you enjoy this video. As always, if you do, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And if you are a safari person and you enjoy stuff like this, then don't forget to check out the other videos. I'll put links down below as usual. So without any further ado, I will see you guys very, very soon in the next one.